Hello, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Rachel Burden and Roger Johnson.
Our headlines today. The Tartan Army on the march as Scotland aim to make history in their final group game in the Euros.
Yes, a nervous day awaits for the Scotland fans who are going to be waking up at this campsite in the shadows of the stadium here in Stuttgart this morning, hoping, willing that their team can get the win they need to keep their tournament alive.
It's Sunday, the 23rd of June. Our main story today, Scotland's fate in the European Football Championships comes down to their final group game against Hungary in Stuttgart tonight. The tie could see them progress beyond the group stages of a major competition for the first time in their history.
Jane Dougal has been in Germany to catch up with the fans ahead of the game.
No matter the situation, the Tartan Army turn it into a party. Spain has followed them around Germany, making them feel at home.
No Scotland, no party.
Refuge in the beer halls of Stuttgart.
Absolutely drenched. Since we got here 2 weeks ago, everywhere we've went, we've turned up dry, and then literally within the day of us arriving, it's just been torrential.
Germany, but while many are there to party, they also want to witness history.
Again, Super John again. I just don't think you understand.
So later, in this stadium, they will need to be in full voice, willing Scotland on to make history at these Euros. Jane Dougal, BBC News, Stuttgart.
Ooh, it's going to be a big night, isn't it? John Watson's live for us in Stuttgart this evening. You're on a campsite where all the fans are, John, I understand.
I know, I'm amazed any of them have actually managed to get any sleep at all. You imagine the nerves, the excitement must be coursing through them at the moment. It is a little quiet here, but as the Scotland fans are waking up here this morning, we will be speaking to them, getting a sense of what lies ahead for them today. It's very simple. They need that victory, don't they, Scotland, to keep their tournament alive. Never before in their history have they managed to make it out of a group phase of a major tournament. They know a win will stand them with the best possible chance of doing that. And Stuttgart is going to be a very short walk for these Scottish fans who'll be making their way over there later on, hoping that they can get that win to keep their tournament alive. We will be hearing how it's been for the Scotland fans so far. They want that party to continue. It has been good-natured. The German supporters have been enamoured with the way that the Scottish fans have carried themselves, the way that that party has carried on. They've been brilliant so far. The thousands that have been in Munich, the thousands more that were in Cologne, and the many more again who are here in Stuttgart for this final game of the group phase. It's going to be nervous, it's going to be exciting, and you know that those fans are going to be in full voice, and I am sure they are going to be giving us a sample of that atmosphere they're going to be creating later on when they do rouse themselves here this morning.
Fantastic, John. Thank you very much. John Watson live for us in Germany. At the Euros, it will also be live here on BBC One. Coverage starts from 7 o'clock this evening on BBC One, BBC iPlayer and the BBC Sport website. It's just approaching 6:30. Let's catch up on the sport for this morning. Huge day, Gavin's here for Scotland. Big game tonight. It's make or break, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely so. Morning, guys. Yeah, Scotland all about their chances today. They've got Hungary later on, the final round of the group games to come at the Euros. It's been a riveting championships so far. Scotland really need to win this one to have any chance of progressing out the groups. It's been a long tournament for them. They started off quite badly, it's fair to say, against Germany, 5-1, that hammering on the opening night of the Euros. But yeah, very much in their hands in many senses, coming potentially as the best third place or one of the best third place teams to go through to the knockouts. It's good omens for them in many ways, because you look at their record over the Euros, 2 out of their 11 that they've won.
Well,
Terrifically on message. Well done, Gavin.
Yes, indeed. So, yes. But, yeah, very much all to play for them later on. But we can now chat to John Watson, who is in Stuttgart. Oh, we can't, beg your pardon. Right, yeah, let's crack on and talk more about the Scotland game, because it is...
You can see with the supporters that we've got out here, how much they're enjoying being here. I'm sure the people back in Scotland...
Fred Bowen says the mood inside the camp at the Euros is really high. Gareth Southgate and his side...
All because it can affect kind of your mood and can kind of put a negative spin on it when...
There we go. A bit of history for him there, but also for Scotland, potentially history for them as well if they can get out of the group. So lots to build up to this morning with that big Scotland match against Hungary to come later on in Stuttgart.
We will be out in Stuttgart a bit later, Gav. Thank you very much.
Look forward to it.
Just a brief one on penguins. Thank you to the viewer who sent in this information.
We bring it to you. Glastonbury starts Friday, 28th of June, live across the BBC.
Yes, good morning from Germany, where we're waking up with those Scotland fans here this morning at a campsite here in Stuttgart for what is going to be a big day ahead as they look for that victory which will keep their tournament alive.
Singapore, bought a bike in Singapore, cycled from Singapore to China, then a couple of trains across China and cycled into Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan. Then flew from Uzbekistan into Azerbaijan, then cycled into Georgia and then into Turkey. And then we've driven from Turkey here, me and my dad.
Wow. When did you set off?
At the end of January.
Right. And I guess that incredible journey will all be worth it if Scotland can get the win today.
It will, especially now I've got a ticket for the game. So I had no tickets for the other two, so yeah, this one's a good one.
And what's the atmosphere been like? Because you've been in Munich for the opening game, obviously disappointing result to Germany, but then you were in Cologne, now you're here in Stuttgart. You hope that party carries on, right?
Yeah, it's been good fun so far, all good spirited. Some beers have been flowing, so yeah, it's been good.
I'm sure they have. Harris, what's it been like for you? Have you loved it? Has it been a great experience being here amongst the fans?
Yeah.
Yeah? Give us another wave of your flag. Go on. Show us what you're going to be doing later. There we go. The flags are out. And the fans will be in full voice as well as they go for that win to keep their tournament alive.
Yeah, should we take a look at the sport? Gavin is here. All eyes on Scotland, all eyes on Stuttgart later on. You've got your tartan suit.
I know,
as well.
I know. Do you know something? It wasn't a coincidence. Sorry, it was a coincidence, I should say. Because, I just picked it out of the wardrobe today and I thought, oh, actually, big game for Scotland later.
Could be a good omen.
Lucky for you, because not everyone just has a tartan suit to hand.
I know. My others are in the dry cleaners. But yeah, huge game, as you say, for Scotland. Hungary up next for them today.
Split loyalties there in the McGinn household. Well, let's talk England for a moment, shall we? Because despite that underwhelming performance last time out against Denmark, people's behind me saying, don't talk about England here. Is that right? We'll stick with England for the moment. We've been hearing from Jared Bowen, who's been speaking ahead of kick-off in their next match, and it's going to be a big moment for them. Not 3 points yesterday. The Manchester City midfield, Portugal captain Cristiano Ronaldo. Security guards had to chase after each supporter, while players and fans in the stands grew increasingly frustrated. The Portugal manager Roberto Martinez saying it is a real worry for security. Meanwhile, Georgia picking up their first ever to be here, though.
Oh,
yeah, enjoyed the party so far.
It's been absolute, and Germany's been fantastic. They really looked after us.
And it's fair to say the Scotland fans have been commended for just the party and there's the fun and the sense of joy that you guys have brought since you've been out here.
I think I heard somewhere that the mayor of Cologne wants us back. They want us back. So, and we're more than
happy to go back. Absolutely. Say probably the last thing you want on a campsite in the early hours of the morning, if you've had a few drinks perhaps the night before, is some loudmouth reporter wandering around, waking everybody up at this hour of the morning.
Brilliant
Gavin,
stuff,
back
John.
to you.
Brilliant stuff. I tell you what, you do bring the energy. Got to give it to you. Thanks very much.
Headlines today.
Yes, it's a big day ahead for those Scotland fans who are waking up here at this campsite in Stuttgart this morning in the shadows of the stadium, just a 20-minute walk from here, and they will be hoping that Scotland can get the win they need to keep their tournament alive.
It's going to be a warmer day for us today with continue to rise to find out.